Kim aimed his grenade launcher with a fierce internal monologue. Dagger gang, you messed with the wrong guy. I can't just leave someone who keeps their promises in this cruel world of Arcane soul. Then shouting as he fired, all right then, the war begins now, you bastards. Explosions tore through the Dagger gang's building. Inside, panicked gang members shouted, Where? Where did he shoot from? And find him now. Meanwhile, Kim observed from a distance, smug. As expected, they're rushing out like cockroaches. This is the Dagger gang dungeon. I've cleared so many times I could do it with my eyes closed. Confident, he declared, Here comes the veteran to clear the quest. Inside the gang's territory, members speculated it was the Ironfist gang behind the attack, promising brutal revenge once they caught the intruder. Suddenly, one member heard a noise and went to check, only to be silently taken down by Kim, invisible thanks to feigned death and stealth. Amused, Kim thought, no better combo for infiltration. While they wander, I'll enter through the secret entrance. Moving cautiously through the building to avoid combat, Kim knew hostages were held near the boss's room on the 5th floor. Suddenly, alarms blared, announcing an attack and the need for all members to arm themselves. Annoyed but unfazed, Kim considered the lobby barricade, the only optimal path upstairs, but knew opening the door meant facing a hail of bullets. Kicking it open and pulling out a Gatling gun, he cheerfully greeted the gang with a deadly salvo. The gang screamed and retaliated as Kim unleashed a second Gatling gun, mockingly enjoying the chaos. After the firefight, Kim surveyed the lobby and noticed a survivor lunging at him. Dodging easily, he countered and triggered the acquisition of the sensitive trait. Quickly dispatching another attacker, Kim prepared to ascend upstairs. Reaching the 4th floor, he was surprised to find no guards, nor anyone in the gambling room before the boss's lair, sensing something off. Focusing hard, he gained the focus trait and heard a drone above. Suddenly, a flashbang exploded, momentarily stunning him as the Dagger gang boss appeared, lunging with a knife. Despite the blast, Kim blocked the attack, sparks flying, taunting, "Got who, you say?" The boss, shocked his knife failed, snarled insults, but Kim coolly reminded him, "Aren't you the one dressed like a rat? Who's calling who a rat now?" Internally, Kim analyzed the ambush, realizing it wasn't part of the usual game pattern, but that his newly gained traits had prepared him. The boss, a level 2 superhuman assassin, grew furious as Kim blocked his attacks, promising revenge. Smirking, Kim said, "Don't be surprised already," as the boss lunged again, vowing to make Kim regret targeting him. He swung a curved blade, but Kim dodged, thinking the boss was slow for acting so confident. The boss unleashed a fast flurry of poison daggers. Kim barely evaded, knowing the poison magic could kill him if it touched him, and the longer the fight went, the worse his chances. The boss arrogantly offered to spare one arm if Kim surrendered, but Kim scoffed and told him to come at him. The boss mocked Kim as a gunner from his lousy sword form, but Kim thought the boss was dumb for mistaking him for a reinforced soldier. The boss charged, screaming he'd slice Kim apart painfully, but Kim saw an opening and lunged while the boss's guard was down. The boss sidestepped, laughing. Too slow, but was shocked when Kim switched to a combo attack, activating mountain-breaking swordsmanship first style, Mountain Crusher. The powerful strike sent the boss flying. Kim said, "Well, you lose if you let your guard down," but the wounded boss slashed Kim's arm with his poisoned old dagger before collapsing. Kim felt the poison spreading and knew he had to switch his traits fast. He equipped wound recovery, regeneration vigor, mana heart, deep breathing, and mana recovery, enduring the pain while hearing gang members shouting to hurry up and find the intruder. Kim knew he had no time and headed to the 5th floor torture room where Director Choi was held, struggling against bonds. Kim asked how Choi got caught. Choi was surprised and relieved, calling Kim Mr. Superhuman. Kim cut Choi's ropes and told him to get out fast since enemies were coming. Choi, weak and injured, stumbled, so Kim told him to hop on his back. Choi hesitated, but agreed, grateful for the help. Kim thought about how even after brutal torture, Choi stayed loyal, and how this harsh world still had moments that felt touching. Kim drank a recovery potion, while a system message announced he gained the poison resistance trait. Kim smirked inside. Choi apologized for leaking info about Kim's nectar and blamed his untrustworthy employees, but Kim said it was fine since he already drank the nectar. Choi was shocked and worried Kim used the precious nectar to save him. Suddenly, a loud bang at the door made them panic. Choi asked if the Dagger gang was back. Kim told him to stay calm and prepare for guests. The door opened to reveal Ironfist Kim and his gang. Choi was surprised. Ironfist Kim acknowledged Kim's feat of annihilating the Dagger Gang and asked why he called him. Kim said it was time to get his reward for clearing a difficult quest. Internally, Kim knew the Ironfist and Dagger gangs were rivals fighting for Silim territory, and helping the Ironfist gang was required to complete the tutorial. Ironfist Kim asked if Kim planned to start a new organization, but Kim said no. He preferred to stay solo and wanted to give the Silim area to Ironfist Kim as repayment for past help. Ironfist Kim was surprised, but intrigued, saying the offer was better than the debt Kim owed him, and agreed. Kim smiled and asked for a wish. Ironfist Kim asked what it was, and Kim grinned. Just give me a house. It's time to get a home. A house, you say? Kim explains he needs a proper base to survive in this brutal world, then clutches his stomach, faking pain from his fight with the Dagger Gang, groaning, "Ouch! My stomach was injured while fighting." "Huke!" Choi, looking concerned, clears his throat and says, "Ahem. Does it still hurt?" But he's sold on Kim's contribution, declaring, "Well, fine. Since you got rid of those Dagger bastards, it's a deal." Kim's internally cheering, "Hell yeah! Yahoo!" as Choi asks what kind of house he wants, a luxury villa or an apartment. Kim's specific. None of those. What I need is a standalone house with guaranteed security and soundproofing. And additionally, there must be a training facility in the basement. Choi thinks it over and says, there is one that I know of. It is a house located on the outskirts of Salim, along the ridge of Gyeonubong. Kim's mind explodes with joy, thinking, that's the very house given to the player as the first base in Arcane Soul. At his new house, Kim stretches on the balcony, soaking in the fresh air and fight inside, exclaiming, "Kek, so this is how it feels to have a proper home. Love the air and the view is awesome." Reflecting, he recalls his rough start in Arcane Soul with a 20 million won hospital bill, but now he's got this palace-like house and cash from #1 security in Choi, enough to cover a year in the hospital. But he knows there's no time to relax. This is Arcane Soul, and villains like the Saintess of the Old Father's Order could wreak havoc soon. Determined, he heads to the basement, thinking, it's time to find the real reason for choosing this house. In the underground training room, Kim mutters, "It should be around here," and grabs a pickaxe, saying, "All right, time to get to work." A red aura flares around him as his traits kick in, making him think, whoa, my trait is at work. Heh, I might be able to finish this faster than I thought, Kekeke. But after hours of digging, he's panting, "Faster than I thought, my ass. Was it always this deep?" Huff, huff. "But I can't give up here." Finally, he strikes a glowing spring, gasping, "Help, there it is." Ha! Tasting the water, he feels his body heal instantly, exclaiming, "Gah! I love the taste. So this is the effect of the mana spring." He knows this spring, brimming with mana, can heal characters from 0 HP and clear debuffs, a game changer only found in the Gyeonubong house. Soaking in it, he laughs. "It's so full of vitality, Kakiki. Perfect for training." For 2 weeks, Kim locks himself in, training relentlessly, mastering mountain-breaking swordsmanship. First style, Mountain Crusher. Second style, Mountain Divider. And third style, Mountain Piercer, alongside Black Flame. He earns new traits like Smashing Strike, Single Point Strike, Meditation, Fire Resistance, and Mana Stabilization, feeling unstoppable. But he's still missing the mana cultivation technique to absorb the leftover nectar mana and hit level 3. Superhuman. Recalling the game, he remembers buying it at Kim Chunbok's antique shop, thinking, I'm probably the only person who knows it's hidden there, Kakeki. He heads to Shinwon Marketplace only to find the shop closed with a mana seal on the door. Shocked, he notices other shops are shuttered too, muttering, "What the? Most of the other shops have closed down. The world of Arcane Soul is different from the one I know." He asks a struggling shop owner, "Is the market situation not so great these days?" The owner sighs. "Can't you tell just by looking? I'm dying here. With those thugs fighting day in and day out, there's no way customers are coming." Kim presses, "Thugs?" thinking the Ironfist gang controlled this area. The owner scoffs, "Ironfist gang, my foot. Ever since the Dagger gang got wiped out, all kinds of gangs have been fighting. Ironfist, Poison, and Naked gang." Kim pieces it together, realizing, in the game, the Ironfist gang destroys the Dagger gang and takes Shinwon Marketplace. But I was the one who destroyed them this time, turning this place into a battlefield for other gangs. Hearing shouts nearby, he thinks, I'll go take a look at those thugs first. At a three-way intersection, the gangs are in a heated standoff. Steel Scorpion, the Poison Gang's underboss, snarls, Don't you remember? I said this intersection was our territory, no? An Ironfist gang member, wounded, snaps back at their rivals, while Exhibitionist, the Naked Gang's unsettling underboss, struts in, saying, Ahem, what's all this fuss about in our territory? Both are level 2 superhumans, and the tension's thick. Kim, recognized by an Iron Fist member as the guy who crushed the Dagger gang, decides to step in, shouting, Hey, you damned thugs! Stop screwing around and gather here! Steel Scorpion and Exhibitionist turn, confused, as Kim says, Hold on, I'm helping you here. Thinking, To put the marketplace back to normal, I need to set a clear hierarchy. I'll help the Iron Fist gang. But Kim, activating Black Flame and mountain-breaking swordsmanship, thinks, I need to show them my strength first, heh heh. The underbosses gasp, Mountain-breaking swordsmanship and divine fever. Are you the superhuman who annihilated the Dagger gang alone? Kim proposes one-on-one duels in their specialties, saying, The winner takes control of the market. Fair conditions, right? To Exhibitionist, he says, Your specialty is mind control, right? If I resist it, I win. Exhibitionist tries to lure Kim into joining their creepy religion, but Kim snaps, Why would I join a pseudo-religion, not even listed in the Peace of Westphalia? Enraged, Exhibitionist unleashes mind control, but Kim counters with divine resistance, punching him and sending him fleeing. Turning to Steel Scorpion, Kim says, Your turn. Your specialty is brewing poison, right? Give me your strongest, and I'll drink it. She smirks, handing him picnic coat, taunting, Don't beg for the antidote. Kim drinks it, grimacing, God, it smells awful. As pain hits, ugh, it feels like my blood is boiling. Using poison resistance, perseverance, meditation, and others, he focuses, earning drug resistance and expelling the poison through his hand, shocking Steel Scorpion. He strikes her down, and the Poison Gang flees, cursing. The Iron Fist gang cheers, but Kim demands they have the protection fees, glaring, Are you talking back right now? The merchants, overjoyed, call him the savior of Shinwan Marketplace, offering an 80% discount. Kim smirks, thinking this raises the favorability value of the merchant NPCs. Kim steps into Kim Chunbok's antique shop, now open, and the owner greets him warmly. Welcome, Mr. Superhuman. You're the hero who saved Shinwan Marketplace. Kim brushes it off. Nah, I just did what was right. But learns Chunbok closed the shop after breaking his arm in a gang fight, healed by a Qigong therapist in Selim. Kim's intrigued, asking, There's a Qigong therapist in Selim? But stays focused, saying, I have something to buy first. He scans the shop, then points to a restricted area. Can I see the items down there? Chunbok's shocked. How did you know? But Kim smirks, thinking, Don't underestimate a no-lifer with 10k hours of gameplay. In the back room, Kim spots the hornpipe of the ancient god, which holds the mana cultivation technique, and grabs other rare items like 5-colored diamonds, magic glasses, and a magic glove. Chunbok quotes 2 billion won, but after Kim's heroics, he drops it to 500 million, chuckling, I can only charge you a reasonable price. Kim's thrilled, thinking, an 80% discount from NPCs for high favorability is sweet, and asks for the therapist's address. At a modest apartment, Kim knocks and meets Priest Kim, a white-haired man with a tired look, who grumbles, What do you want so early in the morning? Kim teases, It's afternoon, and spots a statue confirming this is the game's kind-hearted priest of a forgotten deity. He clarifies, I'm not here for Qigong treatment, revealing the hornpipe and offering 100 million won to unseal it. Priest Kim's stunned, You know my name? But agrees, saying, I'll give it a try. With golden light, he breaks the seal, revealing the Einherjar cultivation technique. Kim blows into the hornpipe, feeling golden energy swirl as it absorbs his waste mana, thinking, It's as if the silence of the Northern European deep sea has entered my body. In 2 weeks, I'll hit level 3. Superhuman. Priest Kim's amazed. A warrior-class superhuman using a mana cultivation technique. Not a common sight. Exhausted, Kim accepts Priest Kim's offer to rest, thinking, He's a kind person, just like in the game. Drifting off, he's startled awake by rustling, opening his eyes to see Priest Kim standing over him, eyes glowing, holding a ritualistic dagger, chanting, O forgotten God, accept my offering and finally be resurrected. Kim's heart races. What the hell? What is going on right now?